Hi, and welcome to the first ever video State of the STAA address. My name is Frank Edgeworth, and I'm the principal of St. Thomas Aquinas Academy. I'm pleased to report all of the wonderful things that we did this year together as a community, and really to preview everything that's going to be awesome coming up next year. Let's start with our budget. How are we doing financially? We're under budget. We have not been spending more than we've been taking in. We think it's really important to maximize the tuition and choice and donation dollars while also increasing and pushing our students ahead. So we're happy to say that we've been performing under budget and are still able to maximize all the resources that we've been able to provide. Our last auction, our parents, our home and school, all of our volunteers did an amazing job. They raised $39,000 for us to use for next year. Where does that money go? It goes into operations, it goes into normal fundraising that we earmark each year, and it's also going to go more towards some of these initiatives that I'm going to speak about later, like the STEM project or our Reading Intervention WIN program. So thank you so much to everyone who helped with that. We've won a few grants. The first one is a gifts grant from the Archdiocese of Milwaukee. I applied for a $5,000 grant to improve our STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics projects. We've already started with our Lego Robotics Club, and that started this year. That's going to be offered to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders next year in the school. Also, what that money is going to help us buy is 2 3D printers, an app creation program that our teachers are going to teach also in the school. And then it's also going to allow our students to learn coding and further their robotics learning. My goal this year was to help students learn these STEM operations and procedures in the school for free. We've had a lot of parents paying a lot of money for subpar programming from outside of the school. I think it's time to bring it back in and expose this to all of our students during the school day. One last thing that I want to talk about for budgeting is that we were able to maximize title money. We've been able to take Title I, II, and III funding and move it towards projects like WIN, Whatever I Need. We bought a whole new curriculum with that. We bought an entire curriculum for counseling for our counselor, Brandy Weigert. All of this money came from public funding that we were able to access only through the help of Seton Catholic Schools and Lenny Dietrich. Next, let's move on to how we're doing with testing before we get into a lot of the exciting initiatives that we're going to be doing next year. Our MAP testing has been progressing each year. Our students are averaging 62% growth, or 62% of the students are meeting their goals. Now, a push goal, a really far reach goal for students would be 70%. We are almost there, and as far as math and English, we're at 62% of our students meeting their MAP goals. Now, in a normal year, a student grows 100%, and that makes sense. Our goal is to push them 130%, and right now we're at 112% of students growing each year. So those are grades from K-5 through 8th grade. With the help of our teachers, supportive parents, education assistants, and Seton Catholic Schools for helping us with curriculum, we've been able to push our students and grow them faster in a shorter amount of time. And this is all going to continue to snowball to close the achievement gap and push students who are already ahead of grade level to make them even further advanced. Two really exciting things happened amongst everything else. The first is our WIN program, or Whatever I Need. Our students were either not being pushed hard enough or were not being given the skills to help remediate their reading skills. With the help of our teachers and the research and the funding that the school put in, we bought an entire curriculum that's going to help students with phonics, with comprehension, fluency, and also enrichment like book clubs. This has shown great results. Only 4% of our students are reading at a phonics level, and that includes kindergarten all the way through. We have 6 out of our 10 grades reading above grade level on average. And for the most part, our students are reading above grade level, and our push next year is going to be getting them to grow even though they're a 3rd grader reading at a 5th grade level. The second thing is our technology and the advancement of that enrichment program. We're going to be including things like working on the website, our robotics club, coding. We have 2 teachers that are learning how to teach a class on how to write your own app. And then we're also going to include 3D printing to help students understand and just kind of investigate all of the new technologies that are coming their way. We're really excited for how that looks in the future, and it's going to be an awesome addition to our WIN program next year. Finally, I'd like to talk to everyone about the school culture. When I started here at St. Thomas Aquinas, we were transitioning to a new principal and some new teachers, and people weren't sure about where we were going. Well, I'm happy to say that we are going in the right direction and our culture is as strong as it could have ever been. The first thing that I instituted was the Code of Conduct. This is something that's going to help students to learn from their mistakes in a restorative way. So for example, if students are throwing food in the lunchroom, they would help clean up the lunchroom. If they are being mean to each other, they might help mentor younger students so that they learn the effects of their words and they help other students from doing that as well. I handle all of that, and this has really helped solidify from top down, 8th grade to K4, our system and how St. Thomas Aquinas deals with things. Before we were on an island, and that's not the case anymore. And I'm happy to say that with feedback from parents, students, and teachers, we've redone the Code of Conduct and we've made little tweaks to ensure that this is going to be even better going next year. We've continued with our Archangel Awards. That's where the specials teachers give one class the award that celebrates community, or whoever did the best with that community value of that month. We also do Student of the Month assemblies, and next year we're going to have assemblies at the last Friday of every single month to celebrate students that are displaying those values. So not necessarily honor roll students, or not necessarily the students that are always getting these awards, the ones that are displaying the values that are important to us. We also have our field day that was a huge success this year. We had all of our students go out to the community and really show how vibrant of a community we are. Next year we're going to do 2 of those, one around Thanksgiving and one at the same time during Lent. I think it's important that we come together as a community to show everyone how great we are, but also to lean on each other and learn each other's strengths while also helping our neighbors. We have been focusing on positive praise instead of negative discipline. And as the instructional coach for all the teachers, that's one of the things that we've really been focusing on, and we're going to continue to do that as well. It's way more important if students hear, "Thank you for being ready to go," as opposed to, "Please pick up your pencil," or "Why aren't you doing these things?" Everything like that affects our students, it affects our school, and that's a culture that we are going to build up and continue to do so. Our all-school masses, I've spoken at all 6 parishes, and I thank you for coming to attend those. We're going to continue that next year. It's imperative that we reach out to our 6 parishes as they are the foundation of our school. They've been great in supporting us. It's time for us to give back to them. We've hired a full-time counselor who's trained in trauma-informed care. She's also trained in social-emotional training, and she's there for our students every single day. And she's also giving talks about things that we're going to try to prevent, such as the dangers of social media or bullying or anything else that might come up. And then finally, I reached out to all the daycares in the neighborhood just to make a relationship with them as well. The goal is to make this a communal event and not just a St. Thomas Aquinas event. We want to make sure that everyone in the neighborhood knows about us, and if we're the right fit for them, we want them here. If not, we want them to know that we still support them and that we are their neighbors, and we're going to continue to help them with all of that. I'd like to finish by saying that St. Thomas Aquinas Academy is a 4-star school for 2 years in a row. We're exceeding expectations. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to close the achievement gap through our WIN program, and we're going to also push our students ahead through the same program by providing enrichments like robotics, STEM, art club, poetry club, the play, and everything else that we do so well here. I want to thank everyone who's helped make this school year possible and everyone who continues to give selflessly. I want to start by thanking all the teachers for all the hard work that they put in providing an amazing instructional program. And I want to thank all the students for working so hard and coming and giving that spirit every day. And finally, I want to thank you, the parents and the families and the volunteers that come in on your days off, that come in for field day, that come in to be the class mom. Thank you so much for your help and your support, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you, and God bless.